Hey you guys, it's Peter, and welcome to my vlog. And today, we are doing a super long Q&A. I'm sitting actually in the parking lot of Meijer. I was like, where can I sit and do this that's like comfortable and there's like enough light? But like, if you, like right up here, there's like this light. And so if like I move, I've like had to move parking spaces like 10 times. So, okay, I ask on Instagram, I ask in my videos, and I asked questions on Twitter. So I don't know how I'm gonna get to all these questions, but I'm gonna just try and do it. So I probably after this will not do a Q&A for quite some time. I'm gonna try to answer as many of them as I can. If it goes like an hour, it goes an hour. It'll be an hour of Peter Monn, and I'm gonna answer them. As many as I possibly can answer, I'm gonna answer. So let's just get to this right now. I'm going to Instagram first. Are you guys so excited? Okay. So I'm just gonna go right through the questions from the first to the very end of Instagram. Whew. Okay. So let's see. Okay, Sarah Davis asked. Hi, Sarah Davis. I have like done my hair and everything today. And now it kind of looks like shit because I've been laying around. Alex and I just had like a lazy day. We watched American Horror Story. We caught up on Project Runway. And we just like ate our dinner, like sat around. It was boring. It was like a rainy fall day in Indianapolis. So, okay. Should we get into this? Are you ready? Sarah Davis asked, Peter, a couple of questions. You don't have to answer both or either. Number one, can you be addicted to anything? If so, how do you know? And also, number two, what's the hardest part about staying sober? Much love. Okay. Do I believe that you can be addicted to anything? No, I don't. I think there are habit-forming things that turn into addictions, or that we have predisposition for addiction, but I don't believe that like somebody could be like addicted to like eating peppermints, if that makes sense. So no, I do not believe that. And I know that because I am termed, or have been termed in the past, an addictions expert because I worked in the field of addictions for 20 plus years. But I mean, I wouldn't go, I'm an addictions expert, so you can't be addicted to you know, I mean, if somebody said they felt like they were addicted to peppermints and they wanted to do a 12-step program on peppermints, they could do whatever they wanted to do to improve their life. So, number two, what's the hardest part about staying sober? Well, I mean, I think it depends on what part of your sobriety that you think that you're talking about. Like for me, you know, I've been sober for 22 years and 10 months. So today, I think what's difficult about staying sober is trying to explain to people that are new to my life how I weave my sobriety and working a 12-step program into my life, if that makes sense. Because a lot of people don't really understand it, especially since it's something that I've been doing for so long. When I first got sober, I think what was really, really hard was, lock my door while I'm sitting here in the parking lot with the window open. I think when I first got sober, what was really, really hard was, you know, setting limits and boundaries with people around me, not going to people, around people, places, and things that were triggers for me. You know, there were a lot of times I did not want to go to 12-step meetings. I just wasn't invested in it. You know, my desire to use was just as great as my desire to stay sober, if not more so sometimes. My hair looks like shit. But so, you know, I think all of those things were really, really hard when I first got sober. I think that's a good question, though. So thank you, Sarah. Jana Fulmer asked, what is the best and worst purchase you ever made? Oh my God, that's a good question. God, the best purchase I ever made. I'm not gonna answer like a car or a house or something that you would think about with this. I'm just gonna answer something kind of corny, right? So probably the best purchase I ever made were these suede Sperry wingtips that I have. I literally have worn them. When I don't like my hair, I throw on my hat. So I literally have worn them so much. I wear them to like every wedding I go to, every out event, like anything I have to wear a suit with, anything I have to dress up. They're so comfortable. I wear them all the time. And so I got them like, they were like $240 and I got them on sale for like $60. They were hands down the best purchase I ever made. The worst purchase I ever made which would probably be something that I spent a lot of money on and hardly ever used. Let's see. Oh, as much as I love cologne, like expensive cologne that I've like spent, I bought a bottle of Spice Bomb and it was like really expensive. It wasn't like a Tom Ford or like a Bond, like a $300 or $400 cologne or like a Creed. I really love that Creed Aventus, but I just cannot imagine spending $300 on a bottle of cologne, but I love that cologne. But I bought this bottle of Spice Bomb and it was like 180, I think, or something. It was a huge, large size bottle, and I ended up not liking it at all, and it was a waste of money. I actually used part of a gift card that my aunt gave me. Okay, Abracadabra, what's the last photo you took in your phone? Much love, Peter. Do you guys really want to know? The last photo, well, would you consider a screenshot a photo? So the last photo I took, let me go through here and see. I have so many screenshots of videos that I was going to make. The last photo I actually took, I'm going through, I have so many screenshots of things I was going to possibly make videos about. The last photo I actually took is right here. And I was sitting outside reading, and if you can see, there was a little frog out there, and that was the other night. So that's the last picture that I took. Okay. Other than that, it was all screenshots. Let's get... Okay, Carmen 5. Hey, Peter, would you ever vlog when you're with your father? It would be nice to see you two together. I would. He has said that he's willing to be in it. My stepmother has said that she absolutely will not be in it. They're both very, very private people, and I try to respect that. So, there was one time we went to go eat, and, like, I almost had her, like, willing to be in the vlog, and at the last minute, like, we took a picture we had them take a picture at, lunch, like, the waiter, of my, dad and stepmom and Alex and I, and, I don't know, my stepmom was like, oh, I don't look good, and then she didn't want to be in the vlog. She always looks good. My stepmom always looks good, so it's stupid, but... Do you have those people that don't want to have pictures taken of them, and you're like, there are going to be no pictures of you down the road, you know? Okay, I'm like deleting a question, and I didn't mean to do that. You guys ever do that kind of stuff? Like you hit the wrong button? Okay, it happens to me all the time. Okay, next question. Oh, RJ reads, hey RJ, how are you? He's a good booktube friend of mine. Said, when is your next book going to be released? My next book will probably be released sometime next year. I actually am talking to my publisher. Let's see, I may have just gotten a message from her. No, she hasn't messaged me back. About this book that I was going to put out about lessons I learned from my mom. And I was going to try to have it out by Christmas time. I was going to self-publish it, but I think she may be interested in publishing it now or trying to work with a bigger house to have that done and her operate as my literary agent because she's like a boutique publishing house. So if that happens, I'm probably looking at next fall or a winter. So like a year down the road for both books. And then I have 2 fiction books that I'm currently working on right now. So I talk a lot about those in my vlogs. And then, I'm not reading your comments if you guys just gave me really nice comments, so thank you to all those people. Fromeo Gotros 21 or for toi. Hi Peter, what childhood memory makes you feel the best? What makes you feel the worst? My childhood memory that makes me feel the best is like times when my mom's friend Susie would come to visit with her daughters, her 2 daughters, and that was my mom's sorority sister, and we would like sing like Pi-Fi Cookie Shine songs in the kitchen, and we would like tell ghost stories, all 3 of us, the girls and I, late at night, and then our mom and I, we could hear Susie would stay in my mom's room, and we could hear them like laughing like late into the night and stuff like that. I love those memories. My worst memories of growing up were my mom drinking when I was there by myself. And I've talked a lot about that on my vlog as well. You know, the fear of growing up as a child of an alcoholic and not knowing what you're walking into, or not knowing when it's going to end, if that makes sense. Like, you know, like, are they going to pass out? Are they just going to go to bed? You know, what's going to happen? That fear of the unknown. Whew. I'm like talking so much. Pages Ashley... Do you guys feel like I've talked a lot about these issues on my vlog? Like, I feel like I've talked a lot about these. Hi, Peter. Do you believe in addictive personalities? In the hypothetical, yes. If so, also, how do you control yourself when going to the casino? Have you ever worried about trading one addiction for another? I haven't really worried about trading one addiction for another. I do identify myself as like cross-addicted when it comes to like drugs and alcohol. As far as the casino, and a lot of people have mentioned even on my vlog that they don't consider me sober because I go to the casino. I've worked very closely with my sponsor and going to the casino and things like that. To see if it becomes an issue. If anybody ever said to me, I think it's an issue, I would stop going. I set an amount of money. I take amount of money with me that I can afford to spend, which is, to be honest with you, really never that much money. And I think people have this idea that I take like $300 and $400 and $500. It's never like that. It's like 60 or 80 bucks. And I leave when it's gone. So, and I don't ever have like gambler's remorse. I don't ever feel bad when I leave, because for me, it's a form of entertainment, and I'm not sitting there like trying to pay my bills over it or whatever. I don't know. Maybe I'm rationalizing right now, but if I was going a lot and I was feeling like, God, I really need to go, and you know, I was keeping secrets from my sponsor and other people that are close in my life, then yes, I would be worried about it. But no, that's not the case. Crowdtown asks, what current social media trend or trend in general annoys you the most? Love your videos. Thank you so much. What current trend bothers me the most? I think the trend that bothers me the most is this need to be right. You know, that somebody is always right and somebody is always wrong. And that's just not the case, right? Like, we have moved away. Like, I really felt like we were entering this like Renaissance period for a while, where, you know, like the idea of having like intellectual discussions and being open to somebody's opinion, and, you know, having a discussion and respecting other people's opinions, was where we were at. But what I've really realized is that it's really recently, I would say, become, and this is really on YouTube a lot, you know, no, you're wrong, no, you're wrong, no, you're wrong, no, you're wrong. And it's like, really, like, well, you're both wrong a little bit in both ways, you know? We are refusing to grow, I think, as a society, when we refuse to have intellectual conversations about topics. No one perspective is ever actually 100% correct. So I think that we could learn more from each other by being open-minded to hearing the other person's point of view. I think we're so quick to shut somebody down and say, you know, you're wrong, your beliefs are wrong, blah, 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 instead of actually listening to where they're coming from and why they feel that way, if that makes sense. Probably not what you were looking for as far as a trend. I don't like those squiggly eyebrows, but Princess Brianna, do you watch My Name is Earl? Because I'd feel you'd love it, and I would love if I do not watch that. Ola, hey Ola! Let me think. She said, 1, if you got to act in a movie, what kind of movie would it be, and what role would you want? I would want to be in like some independent, dramatic movie. Something like that kind of had a Southern twist to it. Like, Crimes of the Heart. Or like, oh, I don't know. What was that movie that was with, shoot, I can't think of what that name is. It's like one word. It's like Catfish, but not Catfish. It's with the guy that was in the OC and Amy Adams. And she like says to that girl, she goes, were you a cheerleader? And she goes, uh-huh. And she goes, you were not. I love that movie so much. I cannot remember what it is, but something like that. Or like Osage County, you know, August of Osage County or something like that. Okay. Oh, wait. She's got more questions. Number 2, current trends you love and current trends you can't stand. I just answered that. So, but I don't know what current trends that I love are. I don't know. Number 3, a more serious one. It may sound silly, but I struggle letting people help me or even taking a break when I'm sick or too tired, because I then think I'm not strong enough. So I pull through until something bad happens. Usually out there, I regret it. Any advice? A more serious one, it may sound silly, but I struggle letting people help me. I mean, I think we have to be willing to help anybody help us, and we have to, like, you know, start it off slowly. It doesn't have to be a big thing. It doesn't have to be like, I think a lot of people, you know, like, are like, well, I'm so uncomfortable calling like a counselor and finding a counselor. Well, then just look up some counselors. That's a step in the right direction, you know? I think awareness and insight is the beginning key to anything. So, you know, slowly moving into allowing people to help us, I think is a big thing. But Ola, I know your story because you and I talk and you've come a long way and I'm very proud of you. Okay, April asks, what is your advice for someone struggling with active drug addiction? Well, I mean, it depends on if you're ready. Are you ready to be done? Like, if you have a desire to stop using, then I think seeking treatment. If you think you need to be detoxed, seeking medical treatment, because a lot of people cannot stop on their own and it's not safe to. Because if you try to stop on your own, you will end up dead from seizures, and that's a fact. So, I mean, I think you need to ask yourself, like, how serious your use is. You need to see your doctor. You need to be honest with your doctor and your professionals about your drug use. But I don't, you know, I think it's, I know this is going to be perceived the wrong way when I say this, but I think it's every person's right what they do. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's not my place to tell somebody you need to get sober. I mean, I think that's a personal choice that someone needs to make. And if somebody had told me that I had to do it, like, and forced me into it, I don't know that I would be here today. It was a decision that I had to make at that time, you know? The Zen Plate Life asked me, what is your most embarrassing story? Oh my God. My most embarrassing story is that, when I was like in 5th grade, I had a birthday party and I had on like this tracksuit, and my mom like had me like stand up to open presents, and I was like, had like a group of like 10 people around me. This is the only birthday party I've ever had for myself. I hate birthday parties, and this is probably the reason why. I probably have some deep-seated fear associated with this, but when I stood up, somebody de-pantsed me, like completely nude. It was so embarrassing. Courtney said, if you had to pick only one band or singer to listen to for the rest of your life, who would it be? I'd assume Stevie, but maybe I'm wrong. Well, it's not Stevie, actually. I would probably pick either. Well, I can only pick one. So I would actually probably pick Judy Collins. I was going to say Bob Dylan, but I think I would pick Judy Collins. If you had to change your name, what would you choose? Noah, because it was the other name that my mom wanted for me if I wasn't Peter. Shawnee, have you started working out yet? No, I haven't. Will you get a trainer at first or later or not at all? I probably will never get a trainer. I love you so much, Peter. You are my favorite third person to watch lately. Oh my God, I love you too, Shawnee. Tomasi said, hey, Peter, I have to say you have amazing character. Oh my God, thank you so much. And I love your dogs, but yet again, I love all dogs. So my question is, if you had to live in a movie book for the rest of your life, which one would it be? Oh, that's such a good question. I get asked this all the time. I mean, I would kind of like to live in the lazy days of summer of, like, To Kill a Mockingbird, you know, and just be, like, you know, one of the Finches and be, like, the third Finch child that, like, just sat on the front porch and read books, I think. It's hard because I find so much innocence and solace in that book, but the book is really actually full of tragedy and sadness, you know? Okay. Kaleo Ocean said, I got so many questions, you guys. Hey, Peter, I just wanted to know how you overcame all your struggles and how you are so positive today. P.S. Love your videos. I love you too. Thank you. That's a really long question. I don't even know how to answer it. I don't know how I overcame all my struggles. I think just putting one foot in front of the other. I had a moment of clarity early on in my sobriety when I realized that, like, if I was going to stay sober and I was going to do all this work and bust my ass and finish my college degree and I was going to do this, and it was because I was going to amount to something someday. I was going to be able to look in the mirror and respect myself and say, you know what, you're not shit. And I feel that way today. I feel like I'm not shit. And so I had to kind of, like, have that moment of clarity with myself where I really believed that I wasn't shit and know it. And I truly do know that. So I think it's about that. I'm not positive on a daily basis. You know, things get me down a lot. And I think I work a lot from a point of gratitude where I really try hard to like make gratitude lists written or in my mind. When I start getting upset, I kind of look at the situation and go, okay, really, why are you upset? What's upsetting you about this? Like, what control do you have over it? Is there something you're supposed to learn from it? So I kind of, like, dissect it, if that makes sense, you know? And most days I wake up and I think to myself, if I start getting shitty, like, well, you ought to be glad that you're here another day. There are a lot of people that are fighting for their lives right now, you know? Okay. Good question. RJ Haviland, Ricky. Hi, Ricky. What character out of all of the books you've read, and we know that's a lot, do you relate to the most and why? Willow Dean Dumplin from Julie Murphy's Dumplin. I just like the weight issues in there and the kind of like, back in the day, I felt very kind of like full of resentment, like she does at times in the books, about people not understanding her, and like, and that it's just easier sometimes to distance yourself from people than try to fit in. And I love Willow Dean, the character, so much. Baroness Harry asked, RuPaul or Naomi Campbell? I mean, that's so hard, like, for so many different reasons. Why? Like, okay. But if I had to pick one or the other, I would pick, like, for what? Like, best friend? I've heard that both of them can be quite the diva, right? I don't know. RuPaul. Okay. Kelsey UK Cats ask, if your life was made into a movie, what would the title be? And which actors would you cast for the most important people in your life? Okay. If my life were a movie, it would be called... I don't know what it would be called. My life for a movie, it would be called, Sometimes I Think Funny Things. And who would play me? Let's see. Oh, if he was still alive, I think Philip Seymour Hoffman. I think Alex would be played by, Ricky Martin. or Julio, or Enrique Iglesias. I think Tanya would be played by, let's give her somebody good. Jessica Lange. No, I think my cousin Caroline would get Julia Roberts. Let's see who else. My stepmom would be more Jessica Lange. I think Tanya would be more like a thinner Melissa McCarthy. I love Melissa McCarthy. My dad, so my stepmom would be what's her face? Why can't I think I just said it? Oh my god. Anyway, my dad would be Sam Shepard, and my stepmom would be Jessica Lange, and wouldn't that work out just perfect? And then I don't know who else is in my life? Melissa, Lana Del Rey. Okay, yeah. Sometimes I think funny things. That's actually a line from the movie Arthur. Okay, that's a good question. I like that one. Sharon Bales asked, now that you are more mature, what is one thing you would have told your younger self to do more of? Take chances. I wish I had learned at like 20 or 22 that truly anything in the world is possible. That like, if you want to be a movie star, if you want to be an author, if you want to be a writer, whatever you want in your life, whatever you want, you truly can achieve it. Like that is such a truism. I just didn't get it at that time. Fear kept me grounded. What do you think of this season of American Horror Story? Said Graven's Babies. We just watched tonight's episode that was from this week. It is so gory. Alex and I were both talking about how there's not really much of a story to it, but it's so gory. I mean, it's good. It's very scary this season. Alex Mancoon asked, Peter, what happens after day 365? I don't think I can handle you not vlogging every day. Well, day one will start over for 2018. So I have no plan on canceling vlogging. It may change up a little bit, but I'm not going to stop vlogging. Dorita Jesus, I know your picture from you now, says, do you ever come to New York? I have a couple times, but not very often. What is this? Sight of Society said, wet or cold? Cold. Autumn. Oh, yeah, Autumn said, if you woke up tomorrow as the last person on earth, what's the first thing you think you would do? I would go to the shopping mall and just like steal stuff from all kinds of stores and loot it. I would have all of those things I always wanted to have, you know? I mean, I'm a little superficial. Okay, a lot. What is your favorite casino game? When my ex and I went to Antigua, the island Antigua, years and years and years ago, there was this Yahtzee game, and like if you got the bonus, it like rolled the dice, and that's been my favorite game I've ever played in my entire life. But I can never find it anymore. I actually, read this question earlier, and this question is so funny. By Kodakong or Kodak Kang. Would you rather be stuck in an elevator with the fences lady or the one with the crossword? Love you, Peter. Definitely. Like, that's a true story. People don't really believe me, but like, that is really a true story. Definitely the one, the fences lady. And then Alana Amadeus asked, when can we expect a casino rant from you? I don't know. Like, I have no idea. That's a good question. Do I have any new questions since I've asked that? I had 33. Nope. So those are all, I got to all of the Instagram questions. Can you believe it? Okay, now I'm going to go to Twitter. Let me go to this question on Twitter. Okay, here it is. I have, oh my God, 27 questions. How much longer? I've got like 4 minutes until I need to cancel this. Okay. What's your first step for someone dealing with an alcoholic parent? I would suggest that you go to Al-Anon. It's a sister program of Alcoholics Anonymous. It is a 12-step program for friends and family members of alcoholics and addicts, and it's ALANON, and you can find it anywhere. Look it up, Google your area, and they can help you find it. What styling magic are you using on your hair? Is it pomade, or are you just naturally gifted with obedient hair? No. And what's so funny about my hair is, I have really thick hair. Can you guys see? When I was really, and so does my dad. My dad has like really thick hair too. When I was younger, when I would get out of the shower, my hair would stand straight up. About 5 or 10 years ago, it changed, and it started like laying down, which was really weird to me. And it was before it turned white, it started doing that. I right now am using, I kind of go through a lot of different products. The Hans de Foucault people, like, do you guys remember they sent me all those products? And I've been using that a lot. And I just kind of switch it up from day to day to what I use, because there's like 4 products, and I like all the 4 products that they sent me. So I am using Hans de Foucault products. Okay. Before that, I used Gage hair products. I equally love Gage men's hair products, Gage. So if you're looking for other ones. P.S. Love you, Peter. What did she ask? I didn't see it. Do you pray? I do. Dad, I have a question that okay, this is from Ace, that I actually tried to ask in the live chat yesterday, but it was missed due to all the drama. Kind of general. But do you guys do anything for Halloween? What do you do for the holidays in general, if anything specific, and what's your favorite? Okay, so for Halloween, we usually go to my cousin's house. She has a big, like, chilly Halloween party. All the kids in the neighborhood, they come in and out of her house. All of, like, the neighborhood parents come to her house. And she hosts this big light party every year. Since my aunt has passed away and my uncle has moved into her house, she is not doing it this year. And so we are going over to Melissa's, our friend Melissa and Jason's, that are like our best couple friend. And Melissa's in my vlogs a lot. And we're going to have a chili night over there. We're going to watch Halloween, the original Halloween, because Melissa and I love it. And we are going to have chili. Melissa's making chili, vegetarian chili for me. And we're going to watch all the Halloween Roseanne episodes, because Melissa and I are obsessed with those. On the 24th, we're going to a seance. Melissa, Aaron, Alex, and I at this old house in this Irvington area. This like seance tea. We're very excited about it. And I have the tickets right here, actually. It has a little Ouija board on it. Seance at the Bona Thompson Memorial Center. Oh my God, we're so excited. So anyway, there's that on the 24th. And then, where's the other ticket? I only have one in there. And then, oh God, did I lose the other ticket? Please tell me I didn't. And then the 28th, we are going to Haunted Fest at the Pavilion downtown, which is like DJs. And Melissa and I are dressing up as camp counselors from Crystal Lake. So if you're going to be in town, you should go to the Pavilion and go see Haunted Fest, and we'll be there. Okay, I'm going to stop this because it's about to run out of time, and I will be back in just 1 second. Okay, and now to the second part of the channel. What do you do for the holidays in general? If anything specific, what's your fave one? Okay, so our holidays between Alex and I are crazy. So if you don't know, what you don't know is a lot. My husband is 12 years younger than me, and he's from Venezuela. So and he has 2 younger brothers. And so we just found out that my brother-in-law, Juan Carlos, Fufu, and his girlfriend, Jessie, are coming home for Thanksgiving. We are very excited about that. I have a feeling that we will probably go over to... We usually go to Alex's aunt's house for Thanksgiving. So we will do that this year. And then for Christmas, we usually we usually split Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. And my aunt passed away this year. So up until this year, we would go to, like, out to dinner with my aunt and my uncle and my cousin and everybody on Christmas Eve, and then we would go over to Alex's aunt's or mom's at about 8 or 9. And typically what we do is we eat dinner about 8 or 9 there. I am like belching like crazy tonight. I don't know what is wrong. I ate all this hummus earlier. But we go over to his mom's house between 8 or 9, and then Santa Claus comes at midnight, actually, so all the kids stay up till midnight. It's very cute. Santa Claus fly. I don't know if this is like a Venezuelan tradition or just their family's tradition or whatever, but Santa Claus flies over the house and drops all the presents out in the yard. And so then he rings the doorbell like, ding, 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 and the kids go crazy. And it is adorable. And then all the kids come inside, they get all their presents, and they open them, and it's like total mania. There's no, like, one kid opens a present at a time. The adults typically open their presents before midnight. So, like, after dinner, the adults sit around and open presents. And then, Alex's family, the music goes on loud, people are dancing. There's always, like, 30 or 40 people over at his mom's house. And, you know, people stay up super, super late. And then Alex and I either usually stay over there, or we go, like, they stay up really late. It's a big drinking night for them. So a lot of times, like, I'll go home and take out the dogs, and, like, he stays there with his brothers. And then we come back, or, like, last year, we both came home. We came home early last year. I can't remember why. But anyway, and then we, go back over there at like 2 or 3 in the afternoon and just kind of like have leftovers and stuff like that. It's very relaxed, but there are people dancing and drinking till like 5 or 6 in the morning. In Venezuela, it is very much like a beach holiday. So, they all go to the beach and party and all that kind of stuff. So it's really a fun holiday. And then sometime on Christmas Day, we like usually, oh, no, that's not true. We usually go over to my cousin's house on Christmas Day for like brunch and open presents. And then we go over to Alex's mom's house after that. So holidays are actually really fun for us. Kristen Bolt said, do you think that popularity and money has changed you? Okay, what popularity and what money would be my question. I mean, okay, first of all, the money, no, like from, I don't know what you mean. I don't really make any kind of money. Popularity, like the fact that a lot of people watch my videos now compared to when I first started doing YouTube. I mean, if I had like 2 million subscribers, I would think maybe, but like, I don't know. It's weird because like, I don't even really have a real concept that there are like a lot of people out there watching my videos. Every once in a while, like when I look at a video, like I recently went and I was like looking to see like which ones of my videos had like the most views, and it was like my Jeffree Star androgyny palette, which I think has like just as many negative views to positive views. There's like many dislikes to likes on it. Has something like 125 or 150,000 views on it. And I was like, oh my God, that is crazy town that like that many people have watched my video. And that's where it kind of gets to me, like when these YouTubers that have like millions of subscribers and every video they put out gets 500,000 views, like I feel like they kind of take it for granted. And I'm like, you know, if I had that kind of voice, like what would I do with it? Like that's really a lot of power that you could use for the positive, right? And so if it's changed me in any way, it's made me more aware of what I'm saying and what I'm putting out there in the world. And good that I would like to do with my voice. Does that make sense? Like, and encouraging people to live the best life possible is, I think, you know, if it's changed me at all. And I don't mean that to be any kind of bullshit answer. I really don't. I think it's a good question, actually. Chicky Nug said, would you please continue my so-called healthy life videos? They help me so much. Okay, so I had mentioned yesterday that I was thinking about maybe not continuing on them because they don't get a lot of views, but people like them and they only take me a couple minutes. So yes, I will continue them. I enjoy doing them, and they hold me accountable on my diet. So, Princess Andrea said, Peter, next question. Will you and your partner please do the Bean Buzzled challenge on your Peter Monn channel? That hilarious tea in itself. He won't do it. I've asked him. And it's so funny because I actually have a set of it in my glove compartment thing in here right now. Who's more ticklish, you or Alex? Me, by a landslide. Princess Andrea asks again, Peter, I have a serious question or 4. Will you ever come to London and do a meetup? I mean, like, this is where when people say to me, like, has your popularity changed you? I probably would not do a meetup until I had, you know, if I ever did, several 100,000 subscribers, because, like, who would show up? Like, I would, like, I don't know. Like, I'd be like, well, what if I show up and there's nobody there, you know? So I would come to London, but not for that. Are you willing to chat to me privately on email? Yes. I am so behind on emails, you guys. I'm like literally like 3 weeks behind on emails. It was my plan to get them done today. I just didn't feel very well today, so I'm going to get them done tomorrow or Monday. So if you've emailed me and I haven't responded, expect a response in the next couple days. Brittany, hey Brittany! She always tweets me. What is one of your guilty pleasures? Well, I would have said candy. Naps. Oh my God, my naps. I am like, I have to have my naps. Like, I love my naps, right? And I'll even take a nap at 11 o'clock at night. So Liz asked, who's your least favorite YouTuber? I don't really have like a least favorite YouTuber. I mean, I have YouTubers out there that I dislike their content, but I just don't really watch them, so they're not really on my radar. I don't really understand people that hate watch YouTube videos. I'm like, I have too much time that I would rather be doing something positive with, that I don't really understand the idea of hate. I really don't understand the idea of hate watching something. Who is the shadiest YouTuber? I would prefer not to say. I've made a lot of videos about this person. No, I wouldn't say that that's the shadiest person. I don't know. I mean, the thing is like, you know, it's hard for me to say. I mean, because I don't really know what's in that person's head. You know what I mean? So like, their perspective or their opinion of what they're doing in it or their motive may not be shady at all. So I may have a completely different perspective than what's really going on, and that's not fair to them. So I don't know. I don't like try to see things that way anymore, if that makes sense. What is the dumbest YouTube drama you think that has happened? Okay, that's a good question. The dumbest YouTube drama that I think that has happened, the Patrick Star eye roll. I really do. Like, Patrick Star has really shown to kind of be a class act and a nice guy. And I know a lot of people are going to be like, oh, no, he's not, blah, 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 whatever. But, like, he kind of stays out of everything. And that one thing where they, like, took that picture of him and he, like, was, like, rolling his eyes. I'm like, and it just got I just thought that was so silly. I just thought it was so silly. What is your favorite song ever? I think it's really changed recently, and I think it is, before it was Nightbird by Stevie Nicks, but I think now it is I Will Always Love You, but both, if I had to pick it, I would have to say the Dolly Parton and the Whitney Houston mix. What topic could you spend hours talking about? My mom. Or sobriety. What's your favorite scary movie? Halloween. Best marriage advice you've received, or advice that has really helped you and Alex through the hard times? Okay. Well, one, when we got married, this older gentleman that I'm friends with said to me, divorce is not an option. Meaning that not to say that divorce isn't an option, but to say that, like, you can work through, there is nothing you cannot work through in a marriage. And Alex and I have had some very, very difficult times. Now, if you watch my vlog on a regular basis, what you know is that Alex and I are currently in counseling. And it has been so that we can raise our marriage to the best that it's ever been. What we've been working on lately, which is really, really interesting, is that, like, disagreements, lack of communication, and things like that are not really us not getting along. But the fact is that it is us needing to emotionally bond more on an deeper intimate level. And we've been talking about the 10 forms of intimacy. It's very interesting. And we've been reading the book, Hold Me Close by Sue Johnson, and it talks about the different forms of emotional attachment and intimacy in there. And we want to just assume it's sexual and romantic intimacy, but I'm talking about, like, intellectual intimacy, emotional intimacy, spiritual intimacy, recreational intimacy. And so we talk about those things, and it's interesting because, like, the more we improve upon those things, the rest of the other shit doesn't really matter. It kind of, like, goes away. Like, we don't argue as much anymore. I mean, Alex and I, like, I don't know, like, marriage counseling has changed our lives. What's the craziest conversation you've ever heard? I don't know what the craziest conversation I've ever heard was, but my mom used to live, on the street that we lived on. She swore that she picked up the phone one time and heard this kid from down the street who was like 2 years older than me, that he like came out to his mom on the phone when he was in high school. And what was really funny about this was I had messed around with this kid. So, like, yeah, there probably was some truth to that. But, like, I don't know. Like, my mom said she picked up the phone and, like, it was them having a conversation. This was back in the landline days. I don't know if that's true or not, but I always wondered if it was. What movie can you watch over and over again without getting tired of? Love you. Okay, this is, nobody's gonna ever guess this, but Bridesmaids. I love Bridesmaids so much. I think it's so hilarious. Mean Girls, too. Mean Girls is such a cheesy answer, but I really do love that movie. How easy or hard was it to come out to your mom? I think for me, it was being protective of my mom. And I came out to her as bisexual first, and she said, okay, Peter, I think we both know you're gay. And she said to me, I'm afraid for you. And I said, you're afraid for me? And she said, yeah, I'm afraid for you. And I said, well, I'll be safe, Mom, don't worry. And I immediately thought she meant like safer sex practices, And she said, no, I'm not worried about that. We'll deal with that if that happens. She said, society is not kind to gay people. And this was in 1990. And so she said, I want you to always make sure that you're safe when you're out in the community and society and things like that. And I think that that's been something that I've like really held dear to my heart, is like keeping myself safe in all situations. Like, I don't get up in people's faces and all that kind of stuff. And I don't know, maybe I wish I would have rattled a few more cages along the way, but I don't know that I think I've ever changed anybody's opinion by throwing things in their face. I think I've only changed people's opinions about, gay guys and the LGBT community by letting them get to know me and see that I'm really no different than they are, other than who I love. And I think that's, a paramount statement of my life. What made you decide to want to be a counselor, and why did you decide to get your master's degree in social work? Said Chelsea. I love you, Chelsea. I wanted to be a counselor because I had shit counselors growing up. I had many, many counselors. None of them ever got on my level and tried to understand where I was coming from. They always just wanted to tell me what I was doing wrong or what was wrong with my life. And I wanted to be the kind of counselor that could get on teenagers' levels and meet them where they're at. And I think I did that. And why did I get my social work degree? Oh, because to continue in my field at that point, to work where I was working at, you basically had to have your master's degree in social work or clinical psych, and I knew I wasn't going to get it in a clinical psych program, so I got my degree in social work. And it was a great degree. I had a great time getting it, so. Do you remember the first YouTube video you ever watched? Okay, I think the first YouTube video I ever watched was a Chris Crocker video with his grandma, and they were in the kitchen. And it was something about him, like, he was like, Grandma, and dance, Grandma. And he was like this, and he was like, Grandma, dance. And she's like, Christ. I think that was like the very first video that on YouTube that I ever watched. Good question, Madison. Rain August said, do you get writer's block? If so, how do you work through it? I do not believe in writer's block. I believe in not knowing how I want to communicate something, but I don't believe in writer's block. I believe writer's block is when you have something that you know that you need to write about and you're resistant to doing that, if that makes sense. So always write your truth. Let's see. Cat's Meow said, oh, this is a whole stream about something else. Chocolate or vanilla? Vanilla, always. Do you have any more books in the works right now? Also, would you ever consider doing vlogs on your booktube showing your writing process? Well, I actually did do several videos on my booktube channel talking about my writing process. And yes, I have 2 books coming out, or 2 books in the works. Okay, so those questions. I feel like there were a lot more questions, and I don't know what they were. Hold on just a second. I sometimes have to, like, search my name. It's weird. I don't, like, see all of my mentions sometimes. I don't know why. Okay. Let me go through here. I'm like going through all of these mentions. Hold on. Oh my God. Okay, here are the questions. No, I think I answered all of them. I'm like going through them. Okay, so let's go into my vlog now and see. These are the true watchers of the vlog and see the vlog questions and what they were. Okay, so you guys have to give me a break. It's gonna take me a second to go through these and see. Okay. Do you hold a grudge? Okay, Annie Z asked, do you hold a grudge or do you easily forgive? I don't hold a grudge. Here's the thing I've learned over time. First of all, I don't believe in grudges. I believe in resentments. And I believe that resentments are unfulfilled expectations. Resentments are when I expected a person to act a certain way, and they fell short of my expectation, if that makes sense. So really, then my issue is with myself for having that expectation. But I think we all do of people in life. And I think some expectations are normal. Like, we should expect our parents to love us and care about us unconditionally. I'm sorry, I really do believe that. I think we should believe that our closest friends will be loyal to us and won't betray us. So I think that some expectations are healthy. What I have learned over time is that I don't have a problem forgiving somebody at all, because I think forgiveness is for me, not them. But I don't forget. And so, the distance is shorter now than it used to be. Before, it would take 10 things for me to realize, oh, this person's really an ass, probably distance myself and not have anything to do with them. It now takes me 1 or 2 times where I learn very, very quickly, this person is probably negative energy that I don't need in my life. So, I'm very quick with that today. And I just kind of distance myself immediately, if that makes sense. But no, I don't hold grudges. Okay. I'm trying to get to all these. Jan's review said, I love it when you just pat around your home. There is something very comforting about it. I do the occasional car vlog too, but my kids are terrified I might crash the car. I love your rambling car vlogs. Aw, thank you. Okay. I think I have to go in here and read these. Oh my God, Albert J7 said, I haven't had fast food in 70 days, in quotations, and said, was popping Wendy's fries like they were going out of style in a video a few days ago. I did say that, and that is so true. When Melissa was in the car with me, I totally didn't even realize that. Oh my God, Albert. I mean, if you didn't say it in such an asinine way, I would thank you for it. No, I'm joking. But that is so true. I just sat in here and was I hadn't gone through fast food and ordered a whole meal for myself. But you're right. I have been eating those French fries. They were good too. Okay. Blonde Part-Time says, do you feel like you have to continue to go to meetings after so many years of sobriety? Yes. Do you still get cravings, and what do you do if that happens? I don't get cravings really anymore. And I believe the desire has been lifted to drink and drug. But I still go to meetings because for me it's about emotional sobriety. And it's also about helping the newcomer. And also the people that I have known that have stayed sober the longest and have the most years of sobriety, I'm talking 40, 50 years plus, continue to be active in a 12-step program. Oh my God, where are all the questions? Stacy Devine said, I love seeing your everyday life vids. Love you. I love you too. Oh, Tony said, Peter, you're pure genius, the way he weaves through stories and characters. Oh my God, thank you. But I don't think that's true, but thank you. Oh my God. I'm trying to get to the questions. Tammy Johnson, you literally flood every video of mine with blue hearts, and I have to just tell you, I love it so much. It makes me feel like Jeffree Star back in the day. Okay. There were so many questions in here, and now I can't find them. Hold on. Oh my God, I got so many blue... What's with all the blue... Oh, I must have mentioned it in there, didn't I? You guys are like, this is so boring. All of a sudden well, if you watch my vlogs, oh my God, Dean's girl. All these blue, oh my God, Max Musterman, look at that. Blue hearts for days. I love it so much. Okay, so Taylor H. AH said, Peter, I haven't seen any ads in your vlog the past couple days. I don't have ad blocker for anything like that either. And then Jan's Review says, he has many ad breaks, which irritates me, to be honest. I find it annoying that they come every 7 minutes. Well, that's not true. So, I've said this before on many vlogs. Feel free to skip my ads if you need to. I spend a lot of time making these vlogs. I drive around for an hour every night, and it takes me 2 to 3 hours to upload these vlogs every day. So a lot of YouTubers out there are now putting 9 to 13 ads in a 12-minute video. My vlogs are typically an hour long. I put my first ad right at about 7 minutes, and every 10 minutes after that, I put an ad until the end of the video. I've done that for every video for the last, I don't know, 6 months. So if my video is 20 minutes long, it's typically 2 ads plus 1 at the beginning. If my video is an hour, you're going to get one about every 10 minutes. And that is really how commercials are on TV. I understand they have production teams and things like that. You can skip my ads if you need to, but I don't do that on my main channel, and I'm going to do it on my vlog. So, oh my Lord, look at all these. More of these. So Jan's Reviews, I'm really sorry that you hate the ads. I mean, I don't know what to say. I also think it kind of splits it up. Like, an hour-long vlog is a long vlog, so... Oh, I didn't know there was a book called Goodbye, Helter, Skelter. Who just told me that? Dina Stapp. Why can't I not find any of the questions? I literally just went to it the other day and I found all kind of it. This is 2 days ago. Hold on. Maybe we're all out of questions, but I don't think so. While I'm looking at you guys having a good night. Jennifer Cahill, you are always such a good viewer. So many people love watching your vlogs, Peter. Makes me feel like I'm home. Aw, thank you, Kelby. I haven't come across one question. Oh, my question for you is by Tammy Johnson. Do you ever get angry at your mom for leaving you? Oh, and I just talked about this in my vlog yesterday. And then Dawn Schleichelt asked me, name the album music that you had the most impact on your life. I already answered that. What do you wish you knew more about? I already answered that. Who inspires you to be better? Tell us something about your uncle who passed away. And when do you feel truly alive? I answered all those in my vlog yesterday. Okay. Holy moly. What was it? What was that video? Do people like me? Okay, let me go in there and see if anybody asks questions. Maybe I'm done. What is the best chapstick you've ever used? I already talked about that. What's your favorite video of your own that you've made? And what are your most important messages you hope to get across? Okay, that's a good question. I'm laughing because probably my favorite video I've ever made is on my booktube channel when I read The Lonely Doll. I don't know why, I just loved making that video so much. She had everything she always wanted, which was very lonely. I love that book so much. I really liked the video that I made about being bullied, where I showed the pictures of me growing up. I also really liked the video that I made, Dear Joey, about parents that are alcoholics. What is the most important message that I hope to get across to people? Life is short. Have fun, but do it in a way that you're not hurting yourself or hurting other people. You know, like Annie Mame said, you know, life is a smorgasbord and some poor suckers are starving to death. This is not a dress rehearsal. You know, this is not. We are here but for a moment, and we should make the most of our lives. We should, contribute positively to the world. We should help out other people. We should live with compassion in our hearts and forgiveness in our hearts. But we should have a hell of a lot of fun and do it in a way that's not hurting anybody else or ourselves. And that would be my message. Are there any plots that you're saving that you want to write a book about someday? Yes, many. I have many. I have like a whole notebook filled with them. I actually have shown it in here before. Lots of characters too. Were you ever able to imagine that you would be a huge part of so many people's lives when you were first starting out on YouTube and all? I still don't really realize it, to be honest with you guys. I mean, it's overwhelming to me sometimes that people so often comment to me like, you've changed my life, like this, that, whatever. Like, it's so weird to me because like I drive around and I go to Meijer and I go to, like the grocery store, and I don't like, it's not like people are stopping me. I mean, I don't see it. I only see it in the comment sections. You know what I mean? So like, it's very bizarre to me. Like, I don't know if that makes any sense. Like, I just don't really... I was thinking about this the other day, that I remember watching YouTubers back in the day that had like 10 and 20,000 subscribers, and I would be like, oh my God, they have like huge following, right? Like, oh my God, And now I have I have so many more than that. But I don't have like 1 million, and I think you always want more. You always think on a grander level, because like if it's like, well, if I had 1 million subscribers, think about how many people like I could touch with like positivity, right? But like, I don't really, like, it's very bizarre to me. I don't ever think of it like on a level of like, what am I going to wear when I go out of the house in case I run? I mean, hello? You know what I mean? Like, I just don't ever think it. And like the other day, somebody commented on my video and they said they saw me at the Tiesto concert and that I didn't say hi to them when they said hi to me. And it really hurt my feelings because I always will say hi to anybody. I'll talk to anybody. And I didn't know when they came up to me, they were like I think they were if it's who I think it is, I think they were kind of waving to me. And I feel bad now in retrospect. My feelings are not hurt. I feel bad because I didn't want to hurt anybody's feelings when I would love to talk to somebody if they came up to me in public and said, oh my God, like, I watch your videos. I'd be like, oh my God, like that's such a cool thing. Like, so please, really love the long Q&A video idea. Your vlogs are the best. Have you thought about your vlogging ideas for next year? Will you continue to vlog every day? Yes. Or I'll be vlogging every day next year, but it will be a little different. Oh my God, there's so many questions on here that I didn't get to, so I'll have to do another Q&A. What medication do you take for your anxiety? None. I only take medication for my epilepsy. I take Depakote. There's so many people that want to know if I'm going to be doing videos every day. Do you ever count your steps when you walk? Yes. That's a good one to finish on, Aaron. But this was really fun. Thank you guys for doing this. I feel like I'd like to give some like kind of long message at the end of this, but I think that there was like there were a lot of questions of people asking me like, what do I think of myself on this platform? And I think, I just don't really get the full concept of like the fact that like that people are out there watching me on a regular basis, even though I get a lot of snaps and I get that. It's until, you go through it, I don't think you really realize it on that level at all. And I think like if I could go back to these big YouTubers and give them just a moment of what it felt like. I talked a lot about that last night with like, that first 100,000 subscribers and how exciting and fun that is. And so I think if anything I could say is that I'm just loving every minute of this. It's so much fun. It's so unimaginable. The fact that I have more questions than I can even get to in an hour. Who the fuck would give a shit about what I have to say? You know what I mean? So thank you for the opportunity because it's awesome. And I love this. I love every minute of it. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.